Hello everyone, this is John Martin for the Angelic Teaching 1, session number 10. Alright, focus on your crystal ball. Expand the crystal ball radius. Stay stable there and increase your level of frequency to its maximum. Go faster. Accelerate. Reach your higher frequency faster. Increase the density now of the main stream of energy by visualizing it as it becoming bigger, larger, stronger, more dense, with a higher speed of download. You might help as well by visualizing color, particles. I like to be working with white particles. So in that case I would visualize billions of tiny white particles, strongly charged, being very, very bright and coming downward very, very fast. I would like to associate as well this to perceptions, inner perceptions in my body, where I feel this. Now, I'd like to hear some music as well. And you can connect to either something that you would be hearing from above, some type of melody. And as you stay focused on your crystal ball, you listen to this angelic music. Personally, I like to play the music that I've been downloading from my guides, Angel Shines, that you can find as well on my website in a part called Resources, Tools. On free access. And now you're going to, or you can choose also one of the music that you like. And now you're going to let your hands work its magic as you play within this field of energy. And I would like you to start feeling what happens when you expand, when you bring down this curtain or denser layer, when you shift the energy from left to right, when you create another field of energy from within, when you create a box with 6 vortexes and you start spinning the energy in, creating a ball of energy spinning within those vortexes, and you controlling them. I'd like you to start perceiving that you can change the color of some of those particles, the brightness of them, the density, the shape of them. Putting emotions into them, allowing, for example, the blue particles to be linked to something like trips or hopes, bringing life into this energy, encoding the energy from its roots. And as we're talking, you're still visualizing all of this. And you start perceiving, feeling those changes inside of your body. Now I would like you, as you stay focused on your crystal ball, to visualize in front of your eyes as well a white frame, the rectangle one with the thick large border, white borders. And I'd like for you to visualize yourself doing a healing. And I'd like you to have this frame now shrinking to about that size and putting that shape, let's say, in the bottom right corner. So in your bottom right corner, it will be there for you. And that way, anytime when you process and you do some energy work on someone, you have access instantaneously to what you should be doing. Isn't that great? Having like a camera showing you what you should be doing at that specific time, doing the healing. Isn't that amazing? Having a camera who is able to record the best of what you could do in the future, 4, 5, 2 seconds from now. You're going to tell me, wow, John, that's an amazing thing. Could I use this tool outside of the energy work? Of course you can. Imagine having a camera all the time switched on, where it shows you what you're supposed to be doing 2 seconds from now. It will avoid for you to be feeling anger, resentment, so many different other emotions. Because whatever event happens in your life, you know how best you can act on it. You can also visualize on the bottom left corner the same pop-up of one event that is about to happen and that you have to be prepared for. Like you receive on your phone messages telling you that you've got an appointment as a reminder, or you've got someone sending you through some money through PayPal, or you've got missed phone call or text message. Works the same way. Remember, you create your own tools, your own reality. Use those tools that we have being invented in physical form through iPhones and other tablets. And use those tools in order to create then, by copying them, the same tools in the spiritual world. We've been spending thousands of years trying to find out how to bring spirituality and our concepts into physical form. Now it's about time that we do the opposite. Remember, it's all about binding the knowledge of 2D form and fifth or n dimension. I love math. I love statistics and algebra, trigonometry, because it helps us to find answers to problems. How great would that be, to be able to find answers to any different questions that we may have, just like that. It happens when you feel connected to bringing all your tools all together. And again, it's not about creating difficult things or conceptual things that are difficult to implement. It's about going right away to the core. Let's say, for example, in that case, those two tools that we've been just creating, it's all about finding what to do in 2 seconds, what to do best in 2 seconds. Just visualize what it will be like as the answer of that problem. Don't think about it is not possible or whatever. No. State that you would like this to happen and state that sentence. What would it take for me to be able to see or to hear or to feel what I should be doing in 2 seconds? What would be the best answer? The tool that I'm delivering to you today is gold nuggets. Definitely gold nuggets. You can do and shape your life in so many different ways just with that tool. You've got all the tools now in order to be able to foresee that. Again, it's not about doing a regression. It's about projecting yourself in the future and bringing this information back in the present. How does that work? There are thousands and billions of different possibilities of you acting in different ways. But there is one that corresponds and fits best to the master plan of your life. Wow, that would be a quote. And this best way is the one you choose to guide your life. Now you're going to tell me, well, what about if I miss this opportunity, I miss this window of opportunity? Does it still work? Remember, you create your own reality the same way I just used the metaphor by saying a window of opportunity. By manifesting the tools that you want to create. You bring it to your own world. Visualize a bridge of wealth. And you're walking on it. How strong do you feel? How empowered do you feel? Imagine you walking on gold leaves on your path, every single step. And your path will be already prepared for you, all lined up for you. When you walk, you already see your own path with gold leaves on the floor. So you don't even have to think. It's already mapped out. What if events happen in your life that change that? Well, you will be rerouted. And this path will just change and show you the new way. How amazing is that? I love that. I love that concept and idea. Create your own tools, create your own reality. That's a quote. Feel what happens when I expand my hands. I play on that field of energy that I've been downloading. And I give an angle to my hands as well. I can be pulling, I can be compressing, I can be reflecting by bringing this field of energy and rebouncing back from my hands and redirecting them and opening up or not, creating another dome or cone to push this energy towards one specific location. The energy doesn't come through me. I use my hands as a reflector. Again, the concept of the work that we do is all about using the energy from above or from the surrounding environment or connecting to a specific frequency. We don't use our own energy in order to encode and work on the matrix. We could, of course, do that. We could be the channel through which the energy goes, and then we redirect, we reconnect the energy field. I just work differently because I feel it's say that you've got a higher ethic when you don't participate in the healing process. I just play with energy that I manifest through a field of energy. And I like to be working that way. Now start using all the tools that we've been working on. Bring them back all in. And let you feel guided. Be guided with the content. Yes, we've been working through a lot of different concepts. You do have to trust that your memory was able to soak into all this bath of information and absorb everything that you needed. Metaphor again. Remember the concept of this snowball going downhill, this hot air balloon rising up in the air. You're playing with the elements. You're playing with gravity, you're playing with earth, playing with water, you're playing with air, with the hot air balloon. You're changing the density of it. You're making things impossible. Matter disappearing. Objects flying. Imagine what would it take for one person to invent something that does not exist. How amazing would that be? Imagine the concept of inventing an airplane or inventing wireless phone, or inventing the concept of text message on your internet. How great is this world? What's the limit? What's next? Well, I can give you tips. Recreating tissues, for example. Replacing a hand, replacing a finger. Having a device that just recreate one finger, recreate one hand. Brings us back to the initial subject of what is a soul. Do yourself a favor, go online and Google world population history chart since the beginning. Since the beginning of humanity. Look at how many people were on Earth 2,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago, 50,000 years ago. And start to pinpoint. There is something going on there. Where do the soul come from? Between 60 million people on Earth, 60 million people and 7 billion. If we integrate that the concept that of souls being able to reintegrate the body or another body, what were those 2 billion, 7 billion souls doing? Where were they? That specific topic, I leave it to you. But obviously, religions don't give us a straight answer on that one. Because it doesn't serve their benefits. Let your hands guide you. Feel what is right to do. When I feel, for example, an acute pain, when I do an energy work from one specific location of that person, intuitively, my hand, usually the left hand, goes right away to the pain that I feel. In that case, right now, the solar plexus. And I touch it. So maybe sometimes I press it. And I visualize it being released on my own body. With the tools that we know, the white fog. The stronger the pain, the more intense I will press on myself, without hurting myself, of course. And I know that if that pain was coming from this person that I was working on, I know as I release the peak of the iceberg that I was feeling here, then it releases all the rest on this person. Remember? Metaphors. If you visualize an iceberg, you're going to find something pointy and you're going to feel the pain because you're going to feel that that's that point, that's that tip that's touching you. Instead, if you change that and if you use the image ice cube. That's something different, because the ice cube is usually round or square. It's not sharp at the top. It's already a much better image. Again, upgrade your tools, change them, tweak them, see what works best, see how people react to it. Remember, you're always learning, you're always discovering, and you can have access to those different videos by accessing to this content of saying, well, what should I be doing in the next 2 seconds, or what should I be doing now? And then you've got this pop-up image that comes here, depending on your gifts and abilities. For example, I love to be working, and I know that I'm very visual. I work with images a lot. So I create tools that guide me towards that, because I like movies. So I learn a lot from images. You might hear, you might feel. So you might, for example, connect as having your guide and feeling on your left shoulder, one hand being put on your left shoulder or right shoulder when one of your guide wants to step in and deliver to you a message. Invent your own tools that you feel comfortable with. Feel guided. Remember how to use your night in order to ask questions before you go to sleep, and having the answers coming towards you in the next morning. You can be enhancing your abilities by working with different tools on helping your memory to get better. One of those tools would be when you wake up to remember your dreams. Most of the best, amazing inventions were invented during the night through dreams. And even the word dream. What happens if you don't remember your dreams? The dreams, the pursuit of what you want to expand, to create, to manifest in life. Another amazing concept is brushing your teeth every morning with the other hand. If you're right-handed, brush your teeth with your left hand. It increases your ability to manifest options and opportunities and to connect with more imaginary world, becoming more and more visual, more and more creative. All right. Get back to your breathing, breathing in and breathing out. Be aware of the words that you use. Okay? Always blend all the different knowledge that you can come across with. Bring things that you read, bring things that people tell you. You don't have to only use the content and the knowledge of the things that your guides tell you. There are many ways to learn, many ways to experience. Good. The words that we choose have a certain frequency. Remember, we talked about that. What if you were able to deem the description of the negative emotions that you feel instead of saying, I really have anger right now. I'm very angry. What if you say, I'm a little bit irritated? See, it's not just I'm irritated instead of being angry, but you put a little bit, a tiny bit, in front of it. What if you do the opposite when you feel an amazing positive emotion? Instead of saying, well, I feel happy, I feel wonderful, I feel, put the superlative, put the word that you would love to hear. I feel amazing, I feel wonderful. Imagine that some tribes don't even know the word war, anger. What impact would that have on one full population? That's huge. You do understand that when we work on your ability to heal, we're working as well and as much on your personal development, because both of them are combined. Your actions represent who you are, showcase who you are. The words that you choose, the way that you dress, the way you move your hands, your pitch, your voice, your eye contact. All of this is part of your healing. The way you carry yourself in the world, the way you smile to people, you interact with them. Are you going to be able to focus only on your energy work, or at the same time on your way to go to do this healing? Are you going to still be interacting with others the same way you would be doing? And if opportunities or things happen along the path, then you're able to help. Becoming a healer, a teacher, whatever it may be, it's part of your DNA. It has to just shine. You might be an architect, you might be a captain, whatever. Remember, the work that we do not define who we are. They give us a way to express our gifts and abilities the best way possible. It's one way, one leverage that we use in order to showcase what we're able to do. You've heard that sentence, give me a chance. Man, give me a chance. I want a job. Give me a chance. I need a job. Make yourself useful. You've heard that story where the kids come to a shop and instead of begging for some more, it start to folding the clothes in the clothing shop, putting them square and aligning them, and someone comes and say, well, what are you doing? Oh, I felt that this sweater needed to be folded. You don't mind if I've done it. I really like doing that. He says, no, that's okay. And he comes back the next time, I start doing it again, and this manager comes to see him and say, well, oh, you're there, you're again there. Yeah, you don't mind if I've got like 5-10 minutes spare time and I would love to help. Could I still fold those things there? Wow. You understand that little kid got a job. There are many ways of doing things. Find mentors. Find mentors in different fields. What about having mentors in a field of reading things or specific topics? Someone that you love how he speaks in front of public. You might be able to access to his content through TED Talks or through YouTube without having to move from where you are. People used to have to go to libraries and read books in libraries in order to receive the content, to download and be the sponge of this content. Now just by being at home, just with a internet connection, you reach to the world, you can act on it. Keep breathing in, breathing out. Increase your strength. Be creative. Be creative in your healing process. For example, I like to use this tool where I work all around the contour of my client. As I see him in front of him, I just visualize that I'm walking around his image, just like I'm doing it right now on my own image. Few centimeters all around the contour of this person's body. By doing this, I visualize that I reshape the auric field. And I visualize this outside layer, and I visualize that I reinforce it, making it stronger, brighter, denser, as I put my fingers around. In that case, I use my fingers as a pencil, drawing it. You can be using your fingertips and bringing like snow of energy. By visualizing that you're playing with, for example, fairy dust, and you're sprinkling some fairy dust at some location in order to act on a specific location. I've seen one woman called Mary, and she's an amazing fairy, God fairy. And when she wants to be working on some specific topic on her computer, you can see her fingers doing this just before she goes and typing. And I saw the sparkling dust coming out of her hands as she was about to be typing. She was encoding the keyboard for her energy work, for her words to be coming through the best way possible and to make sense. Remember, our ability to create, our ability to manifest is limitless. There are tools. You can go back to the videos. You can see the move that I've been working on. You can now look again back at the Angelic Healing Certificate and feel and see the different layers, like in Photoshop, of the energy work that I was working on. I'll leave that to you. Again, congratulations for all the work that you've done. And all the best on your journey. Talk to you soon.